Hi, Miss Ada. So I will explain to you about my final assessment about my thesis proposal. Uh, this time I will explain about research design or method, research participants, research instrument, ethical consideration, sequence of the data collection and analysis, and the last is about the possible obstacles or challenges and the corresponding possible solution. So the first I will explain about my research design. In order to collect the data in this study, I will use qualitative method, where the qualitative method consists of observation and interviews. As qualitative method is used in this research, interpretivism paradigm is applied and I chose interview to gather the data. The second is about my research participant. The study will be conducted in UKDW. The participants will be from English Language Education Department or theology major students that having class in intensive reading class. I will choose one of them that available in the next semester. So why I chose these participants from intensive reading class is because considering the teacher use character education book to teach the students. Furthermore, for the interview, there will be one lecturer and 6 students from English Language Education Department or theology major. The selection of 6 students will be based on their experience of using the book 7 Habits of Highly Teens during the intensive reading class by their class teacher for at least one semester. The next is about the research instruments. As I said in the research design, I use interview as the instrument to gather my data. So I have 3 research questions. For the RQ1 until RQ3, I would use interview to gather the data from the teacher. And then for the RQ2 and RQ3, I would use interview to gather the data from the students. The next is about ethical consideration. So, when conducting, sorry, when conducting the interviews in the study, distributing informed consent forms must consider several ethical considerations such as confidentiality and anonymity. In this study, all participants were given a consent form before involving them in this study. In the consent form, participants have a choice whether they wish to participate in the study or not. If they want to participate, they can simply put their signature on the consent form, otherwise they do not need to fill out the informal consent form. Thus, the study will not be continued if the participants have not agreed to participate in the study and I will not force their participants. And the next is about sequence of data collection and analysis. As you can see, I have some steps here about how the process of collecting my data. So for the first step, I will ask for permission from the teacher concerned to be able to make my research and collect the data in the intensive reading class according to the predetermined targets. The second step, I will give consent form to the teacher and also the students. After the participant gave their consent, I will contact them to make the interview schedule. And the third step, I will interview the participants. The interviews will be conducted in a semi-structured manner and also in Indonesian, so that there is no miscommunication and the participants can provide their answers accurately and honestly. Interviews with the teacher aim to answering RQ1 until RQ3, while interviews with 6 students will be aimed answering RQ2 and RQ3. After the interview, the data will be translated into English for further analysis, which will then be given a code for each data. And then thematic analysis is used to analyze the interview data by reading and analyzing the code. Furthermore, the coding will be given team along with the interview data team. The next is about the possible obstacles or challenges and the corresponding possible solution. So the first here I have four possible obstacles. The first is a lack of participants. Because this research is voluntary, there is a possibility that participants do not feel they need to participate in interviews to collect the data, even though I only require 6 until 7 participants. It may be difficult to fill that number of participants. Usually, people are afraid to be interviewed, especially with people they don't know, so they might think it is less important and not useful to them. The possible solution is to buy them with prizes so they are more motivated to participate and reassuring them that when they are being interviewed, they can be uh, free to say what they think without feeling that their answers were wrong or right. The second is about time management. The time management here is matching the time to interview the participants. Sometimes the schedule of a researcher and the participants might not be the same. It is possible that the participants' schedule collided with the interview schedules. This happened because the participants also had their own busy. So the possible solution to this problem is that I must be able to match my schedules with the participants. But I also must have a target of how long it will take to wait for participants to be ready to be interviewed. If the participants cannot be included in the time management, I must prepare another participant to interview. The third is about participants' answers are not appropriate. This is a possibility that the participants' answer will not be in accordance with the what we want, or it could be that the participant only answers questions briefly and I will not get enough information. It could also be the participant do not understand what is being asked, so that participant do not understand how to express their thoughts. So the possible solution is to prepare backup questions that will guide participants so they can get even more information, or you can also explain uh, sorry or I can also explain again what the question means and provide examples so that the participants have an idea of what I mean. And for the last is lack of journal articles. I think one of the things that is very difficult for me to get is to find journal articles. Not all the articles I get can support my performance in working on the thesis proposal. And the solution and the possible solution to this problem is that I have to be able to spend more time looking for journal articles through many sources and also ask for help from my teacher to give me tips on finding the source of the article that I need. So, this is my final assessment. See you in the next meeting. Thank you.